All right, I was supposed to make this video 2 or 3 days ago, but I got busy with work, customers, clients. Okay, so today I finally got time. I'm making this. Now, what happened was in my WhatsApp group, my core group, I have people with different opinions. There are people who support Republicans, Democrats, BJP, Congress, Muslims, Hindus, Christians. Okay, among them is one Muslim guy. He's pretty liberal. He has settled down in the West, doing pretty well. He's not one of those that if you insult the Prophet or you make fun of the verses, apostasy, death, and all that, he'll just okay, fine, that's your opinion, go to hell. So he's kind of chill pill like that, and he doesn't literally take Islam explicitly. Now, why I'm sharing this is so that you know what kind of an individual he is. We have had, differences of opinion, and we've been very cordial with each other. So when I posted the videos about Charlie Kirk, you can just type out Charlie Kirk, Loy Machedo. This is the thumbnail image. If you see what I said, I paid tribute to him when he died. I was pretty shocked. And then subsequently, I made this video, Charlie Kirk deserved to die. Is his statement justified? Okay. Now, mind you, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk's opinions. There are lots of opinions I don't agree. I don't agree with his stance on abortion. He believes even if a 10-year-old child, he had a debate in Jubilee, even if a 10-year-old child got raped, no, you have to have that baby. Even if it's risky for that child. Yeah, a 10-year-old child, come on, think about it. Okay. He believes the Bible is the word of God explicitly, He believes Jesus and all that stuff. It's very real. He justifies everything in the Bible. But the thing that mostly I disagree with is his stance on Israel versus Palestine. Obviously, he does not support Palestine, and he doesn't like Muslims. Now, I can understand why he doesn't like Muslims. And even I have stated that Muslims, most of the Muslims, they can't fit into the Western culture. That is why when Muslims come, they change. You can see that in the UK. They want to bring their Sharia law. They want to cover themselves. That is why so many countries like Poland, they have that burqa ban and all that. They can't adjust to other people's culture. Other people, even if they are going as a refugee, that country has to adjust to them. So I'm being very explicit and honest about this, that I don't agree with all this. However, despite the differences in religion or religious views, I do not support the murder and killing of innocent men, women, and children, even if they are Muslims or even if they are Palestinians. Okay, now over here, I want you to look at the screen, because this is what he sent me. This is what he told me, and then he sent me. He said, Loy, you posted that second video, no? Charlie Kirk deserved to die. Is his statement justified? You're horrified. Okay. But shouldn't you be horrified when he says a statement like this? And he sent me the screenshot. The deaths of women and children in Gaza are the fault of Hamas, not Israel, even though they are killed by Israel's bombs. Just as the deaths of Japan during World War II were the fault of Japan, not America, even though America dropped the atomic bomb. So you see, here's a very pro-US, we Americans can't do anything wrong. America, land of the free, home of the brave, we are perfect. Okay. So when a government engages in unprovoked murderous aggression, they are to blame for everything that results. Okay. Now, I'm very sure many of you will ask me, oh, do you condemn Hamas? They think that when they ask me this question, I'll be like, oh, do you condemn Hamas? Oh, wait, I'm going to justify. Or do you condemn what happened October 7th? They think I'm going to give them a long, drawn-out explanation. When people ask me, do you condemn Hamas? Yes. Do you condemn what happened October 7th? Yes. I don't even take a second to answer that. Okay, so for those of you nut jobs who are waiting to ask me that question to corner me, it's a shit over. You condemn Hamas? Yes. You condemn what happened on October 7? Yes. My stance is the same. Innocent men, women, and children. Innocent men, women, and children. Civilians who have nothing to do with the war. Nothing to do with, soldiers fighting. For them to be targets is rubbish. And I'm not going to go into that part. Oh, they are being used as shields. Children are standing as a shield to protect the. Oh, they have underground tunnels and all that bullshit. I don't want to get into that. My point is straightforward. Men, women, and children, innocent, shouldn't be killed. Now, where there is double standards and where my Muslim friend proved me wrong is when people are, when people are mocking, making fun of him, after he died, that is, mocking, making fun of him, or they don't care, they don't feel anything. They, like this governor, what is her name? Ilhan Omar, this lady, she didn't have a very positive thing to say about Charlie Kirk's death. She said that, he died and that is horrendous or that is bad. I'm, paraphrasing. But she said, despite that fact, I'm not going to attend his funeral or feel sorry for him and all that stuff or whatever. I'm just giving you, I'm a paraphrased quote. Okay, you can check it out what she said. Now, what has happened is, now this is where the double standards, which I have to agree with my Muslim friend. When Charlie Kirk says something that is shocking, men, women, and children, 40,000, 50,000, they die. Yeah, it's okay. Americans are not shocked. Even the media channels, okay, they are horrified when people say, Charlie Kirk, he died, he deserved to die. They are horrified. Yes, you should be horrified when someone dies, someone is killed. But then shouldn't you feel the same horror, the same like pain, or shouldn't you be horrified when men, women, and children are killed? Why is there a selective? I'm horrified at this white Christian American getting killed, but I'm not horrified at Muslim Palestinian men, women, and children. Even though they are maybe 50,000, 100,000, I'm not horrified there. It is their own fault. But when it comes to an American white male whom is Republican, oh, we are horrified. And what my friend said there, I had to agree with him. See, remember, I'm a guy who, even though I disagreed with many things that Charlie Kirk said, I give him the respect as being someone who I admire. I posted 2 videos supporting him. So I'm not one of those people who, is happy that he died. Absolutely not. And remember this, for an opinion, nobody should be killed. For an opinion, nobody should be killed. At the same time, just because you are Muslim, just because you're Palestinian, just because I don't like your religion or I don't like where you come from, doesn't mean it's okay for them to be killed. Doesn't mean that it's justified. See, in this war, in this media war that we have seen Israel do a lot of things to Palestinians. Okay, a lot of things. The whole world, or roughly the majority of the world, is speaking against Israel for recklessly killing, starving Palestinian people. Okay. Now remember, I'm a guy who has criticized Muslims. I'm a guy, if you check my videos, I've spoken against the Prophet marrying a 6-year-old girl. I have spoken against bad practices in Islam. I have openly said in my videos that my daughter and my wife, I don't mind them becoming Christian, Hindu, any religion except Islam. Now, that is my opinion. And I'm very sure, I'm telling you this, I'm very sure the day I die, I know for a fact, not all, but there'll be many Muslims who will say, good, he deserved to die. I'm also sure that there are many Hindus out there because I posted videos about Hindus and bad practices in Hinduism, they will be very happy. They'll be like, you deserve it. In fact, even now I get people right now, Hindus are saying that your daughter deserves to be raped or molested or killed or murdered or whatever. And they say, your wife also, same. I perfectly understand um, that kind of behavior. I'm not saying that is justified. I'm used to it. There were some Muslims also who said this. Muslims have said it, Hindus have said it. Most of my Indian audience, they have said this. Okay, they find it, some Indian men find it very empowering to speak on women and their genitalia. In fact, all the Indian bad words, the vulgar words, are about women and their genitalia. You can Google search if you think what I'm saying is rubbish. Okay. So, what I'm telling you is, if suppose I die tomorrow or I have an accident or something bad happens to me, I don't expect those Muslims to say, I'll pray for you. I don't expect the Hindus to say, I'll pray for you. In fact, our Christians itself, they are mostly the very sublime, passive guys. Over there, the most aggressive thing will be like, see, God taught him a lesson. He deserved it. If he accepted Jesus, this wouldn't have happened to him. I get all that. I understand. So that is why I'm telling you, I understand when Muslims or Palestinians or people from the Democrat, he is Republican, so the Democrats or transgender community, they're not sad, they're not crying, they are not upset. In fact, what I really don't understand is, see, if you type out Charlie Kirk right now news, go to news, sorry, there are so many people now who are losing their jobs. They're losing their jobs just because they have an opinion. Means you're not supposed to have any other opinion other than the opinion they like. Okay, wait. See, Charlie Kirk, people losing jobs. Okay, just type Charlie Kirk, people losing jobs. People are losing jobs due to social media posts about Charlie Kirk. Kirk critics lose job amid, rancor after killings. Charlie Kirk's Yahoo News says Charlie Kirk's critics are losing their jobs because of online comments made after his death. Now, what does this mean? You cannot have any other view other than the view they like. Isn't this double standards? Like, okay, we are Americans, we are Christians, we are whatever. Don't criticize us or don't criticize our death. Or if you're Republican, don't criticize someone who's Republican or you will lose your job. But it's okay to criticize, let's say, Iranians. Remember, even the words there, it's an Iranian regime. It's a Chinese dictatorship. It's the evil axis of whatever. But it's the allies, soft word, ally leadership. See, Chinese regime, American leadership. You see how they have a wordplay, And even the media, if you see, if there is an incident, if it is something related to Americans, it's very soft. But when it comes to any other religion, apart from the Christian American values, it's exposed in a different way. See, before you say I'm a hater and all that, let's consider this. You this guy, his name is Tyler Robinson. Okay, I don't know, I find a lot of fishy stuff about his death. Okay, about him being the murderer, but I'll keep those thoughts in my head for now. He's a 22-year-old student, which I find very strange that he has military grade expertise. I mean, how did he carry the gun? How does he have such amazing aim? And look at the similarities. The same way Charlie Kirk died was the same way Donald Trump was going to be assassinated. There's so many similarities between them. Okay. Now, just imagine, now this is a white Christian. And that also is Republican. If it was a Democrat, Republicans would have a field day. If it was a transgender, oh my goodness, their agenda would be blown out of proportion and said that, see, transgender should be the same. Now, he's a Christian. Okay, he's a Christian. Just imagine if it was a Muslim. You know, I know, it would immediately be Muslim terrorist, Islamic extremist, the jihad, the Islamic, they would have portrayed them as the religion. They would have bought religion. They would have bought the entire community, Muslim community. Have you noticed nowhere have they mentioned he's a Christian? Nowhere have they mentioned his, um, American, whatever. No, he's a lone killer. Lone killer. Do you see how the news is played? Just think, tell me if I'm wrong. A Muslim, if it was a Muslim, what would the headlines be? You tell me if I'm wrong. In fact, if it was an immigrant, let's say illegal Mexican or something, finished. Donald Trump would have said, see, that's why I have my policies in place. So what is the point I'm trying to say through this whole video? The double standards that Americans, at least the media companies or the politicians have adopted, that when it is America, when it is a white male, when it is, let's say, Republicans are in power and a Republican does it, a different set of rules. You cannot criticize Charlie Kirk for his death. You cannot not mourn. You have to be sad. You can't be happy. You can't have an opinion that is against that. I'm not saying that you should be happy. Don't take me out of context. Remember, I have posted 2 videos already, much before, immediately after his death. I paid my respects. And I also stated that Charlie Kirk didn't deserve to die for an opinion. I'm not one of those people. But what my Muslim friend said made sense. He is okay, like he justifies the killing of hundreds of thousands of men, women, and children, innocent, because they are Palestinians, because they are Muslims. He's okay with that. Nobody is horrified. Nobody is losing their sleep. But the minute you are okay with Charlie Kirk's death, it's a different set of rules. And I'll just state one final point before I conclude. See, Charlie Kirk has been a public figure. He has been a public figure. So, a lot of his words people remember. It's really unfortunate that he stated some words which, if you see the screen, which will, come back and bite him. What did he say? It's worth guns. He is a big proponent. I've spoken to so many Americans, they love their guns. For me, it's very simple. Keep your guns, very happy, supply more guns, let everybody have guns. I came from Dubai, where there were no guns. I live in a country, or I live in a small little island where you cannot get a gun easily or keep a gun easily. America is one of those strange countries where, in order to combat gun violence, they want to supply more guns because apparently some amendment that they have that they're going to fight the government. Okay, fine. Supply everyone guns. Give your child, you, your wife, and the logic that they give me. If someone came to your house and they had a gun, what would you do? Yeah, fine. I'm not arguing with you. Please have guns. Please let everybody have guns. Okay. But like I said, the minute you give a weapon in someone's hand, and human beings, we are creatures of emotion. Anything can happen. You can diagnose a person who is mentally unstable or someone with a criminal background. But given that there are so many guns available easily, they'll get it. And then you say, oh no, only a responsible gun owner. Yeah, responsible, but does that guarantee that you'll never lose your temper? You'll never get impulsive? Oh, guns don't kill people. People kill people. Duh. Oh, even if you give them a knife. Yeah, having a knife and you can run away. Gun, Try running away. And there are some stupid comments like, oh, it is the same. Cars kill people, so should you ban cars? You can't compare a car and a gun, boss. Stop all that nonsense. This is the problem with debating with Americans. All nonsense. Typical nonsense. So that is why when anyone who's American debates, I just say, yes, 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 you're perfectly right. Because why to waste time, effort, and energy when they are not going to admit? In a debate, each side wants to prove, and that is what Charlie Kirk used to do. His side, he will say anything, do anything, just to show that he is right. His statement, which I will conclude with, is the saddest of them all. When he spoke about justifying guns, having guns, he said it's worth the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have the Second Amendment. It's worth the cost of some gun deaths every year so that we can have the Second Amendment. I'm very sure Charlie Kirk never imagined that he would one day be the victim of his own statement. Like I said, I still I don't think anybody should be killed for their opinion. Yes, you can block the person. Yes, you can dislike the person. Yes, you don't even need to feel sorry if the person dies. Like, same thing with me. The day I die or something happens to me, a lot of Muslims, a lot of Hindus, a lot of Indians will be very happy. They'll have a field day. I wouldn't be surprised if they send messages to my wife or to my kid. Ha ha ha. They'll post videos. No, I don't expect them. And I don't blame them. I'm telling you. Honestly, I don't blame them. That is how they are. But this is not how I am. I'm not saying I'm superior, I'm morally a great person. No. But I don't find anything worthwhile celebrating that someone should die for an opinion. Unless there's only one exception to this rule. If it's a politician who orders the killing of people or the dropping of a bomb because they have the power, then I'm sorry, I don't feel an iota of sympathy for that person. Or a mercenary or a soldier who, instead of targeting another soldier, takes fun, takes pride, takes a certain degree of enjoyment shooting men, women, and children. And we have seen those videos where that Palestinian guy who is on Instagram or TikTok, I'm not sure, 7 million followers, he interviews Israeli people. And he has even spoken to mercenaries and soldiers where they said, oh, I love killing Palestinian babies. I'll just shoot. I've killed 5, 10. And they say it like they don't care. When something happens to those kind of people, I'll not at all. In fact, I'll be happy that our world is a better place of not having such murderers, because it's a very sick individual. Anyway, I made this video to agree with my Muslim friend. What you said is correct. I stand corrected there, because what Charlie Kirk said in his statements, where he didn't give a damn about, Palestinian men, women, and children, and none of the American media showed shock. None of the American media felt bad. But now, because their own guy died, one, they are horrified, they are shocked, they are crying. That, I agree with my Muslim friend, is double standards. Anyway, this is my view. I would like to know, what are your thoughts? Good, bad, ugly, feel free, comment down below. Like I said, I don't censor any comments. Remember, I don't censor. But if YouTube decides, well, can't help it. All right, let me know, what are your thoughts? This is me signing off.